Okay, guys, Andy Shelton, Scene Pro here. We did some testing today in Indianapolis, Indiana. It's August the 14th. Real quickly, I just want to show you some of the functionality of the software from the test that we did. Some of these are not the typical way that you would set up these type of tests, at least not what I would do as far as the appearance on the screen. I'm just trying to highlight some of the capabilities of the software very quickly for you. Over here, we've got the map of the area. This is at the Indiana State Police facility on the west side of Indiana. Here we've got longitudinal acceleration and speed graph. Down here, I've got my speed box test results, and then we've got 4 individual videos. As we roll through, you'll notice that the videos will play and synchronize individually with each of the tests that we've run. Roll through the next one, you'll see the second video will start to play. Roll through to the third one, that video starts to play, and then finally the last one here. Of course, I can come back and I can just hit the play button. As it runs, you'll notice that our icon here moves around as the video gets into position. Video picks up here when we started recording. Now, as we get set up for the test, we're going to have a little bit of banter back and forth, so we'll step forward just a touch. We take off there, start rolling. There we go. And you can see the video is synchronized with the data stream for both the map and the data logging. I'm going to go ahead and push forward to the next test, and you'll see that it'll pick up down here. I'll stop about there, mark the point, and play from there. There's our video from that point. I think you get what I'm doing there. So I'm going to pause this, step over to another screen, the exact same data set, show you a little bit. I've set up a different detail set so I can show you some of what we've done over here. So I've added a couple of different views here. We've got a gauge view that you can look at. I've just dropped the video off of it completely. So here's our speed in miles per hour for each of the individual tests. We can roll through each test like this to see what's going on with it. The speed box results down here at the bottom will tell us where test results actually are. Our driver got a little bit light-footed on the first test. You can see we got heavier into the brakes on the final 3 tests. So if we overlay, I would say we're probably going to discount that test, but we can simply turn these on, and now you can see that trace has been highlighted out of that data set. Turn on the second one, it overlays that trace on top of the first. Turn on the third, and it's going to overlay that data trace on top of the first 2. So you're able to go through and do a quality assurance test to make sure you've done good, even tests across the board, and you can see what's going on with it. So you can see we do have a little bit of offset in it. We can come down here and see we've got a little bit more roll. So possibly he got off to one side or the other when the test was conducted, or one side or the other of the track area that we had. Hit escape, it clears that. I'm just going to pick a random spot so our gauges light back up here. Now, in the data stream, we can pick the icon on the map and we can move that along. So you can see the little dot here moves on the map, or we can use the data stream to move it along so you can see where that test is actually taking place. We talked a little bit today about the capabilities of measuring radius. So I'm just going to pick a spot on the radius where we made the turn. Obviously, there wasn't a radius to measure there, but at that point in space, he's at about a 30-foot radius. As he stretches down, you'll notice that number picks up. Get out here to the edge of it. He's at about a 44-foot radius or so there. Come down here. It tightens in as he makes this little turn. Radius is only reading about 12 foot at that point. Come back over here. He's pretty tight in this area, about 17 feet. Also, some of the things I turned on, there's GPS altitude. So if we go all the way to the the far eastern end of the loop that he's made there. The GPS altitude is 662.526 feet. That's to the instrument that's sitting on top of his Durango. And I come back up here and click at the far end here. We're at 666.48 feet. There again, to the top of his Durango. We are able to, if you wanted to measure distance between those 2 points, I could simply highlight that in the data and we can see the distance traveled. You can see the speed he is at any given point in space, 13 miles per hour there, slide along. He's at about 4 miles or 5 miles an hour there. So that's just some of the things that we can pick out of the data, some of the capabilities that we have with the system with just doing a simple speed test or a friction test. If you wanted to put triggers in, we can add that. If you want to do any other overlays with the data sets, we have a lot of other tools that we can do. Thank you for your time. Have a good evening.